With Independence Day plans dampened, many South Sudanese in the country and worldwide are now looking forward to 2023 elections. However, the slow implementation of the 2018 peace agreement has many concerns that it will never happen. So far, parties to the agreement have only implemented 2 chapters addressing power sharing and constitutional review process, but 6 chapters remain unfulfilled. The question for many is why. Kwaji Lasso is the chairman of the South Sudan National Movement for Change, a rebel group that refused to sign the 2018 peace deal.
I was very involved in this process of bringing change. I sit in front of you here today as member of the negotiation that brought the RRPs. However, some of us realize that agreement has a lot of loopholes that need to be addressed. In fact, that the agreement failed to address the fundamental root causes of the crisis.
Lack of democratic space within the then ruling SPLM party, poor governance system, corruption, nepotism and tribalism were some of the drivers of South Sudan's political crisis. Some South Sudanese representing various groups that signed the peace agreement have different opinions on the slow implementation of the deal. Ambassador John Guy, a member of parliament from President Salva Kiir's Sudan People's Liberation Movement, says it is up to the leaders of the country to chart the way forward.
I think the debate should start now. If the agreement is coming to an end, say in 7 or 8 months, are we going for elections? If so, how? What are we going to do and what are the checklists? If we are not going to election, then are we going for a new debate as to whether this agreement is useful or we are going to throw it away and come with a new agreement?
Many South Sudanese worry about what will emerge after the end of the transitional period in February 2023. Among the issues preoccupying citizens are the tough economic environment, skyrocketing prices, and unreliable sources of income.
The way forward is to implement the revitalized peace agreement. If they implement, the rest of the thing will follow. And if later on there is free and fair election, that's what I'm yearning for. The future for this country is rule of law. If we don't have rule of law, we are finished.
We have to really think hard or be realistic also that are we ready, psychologically ready, prepared to vote? And also, is the ground prepared, is leveled for everybody to come out and also do these things? These are demands established by democracies all over the world.
A high time that they should go to various villages and ask them, what do you think of us? What do you think we have gone wrong? And what do you think can actually build peace among the different communities?
Youth, who comprise the majority of South Sudan's population, say they live in fear due to restricted political space, lack of press freedom, frequent harassment by security operatives, and increased violence around the country. An incident like the deadly violence in Warab State that left 30 people dead serves as an example. Speaking from the diaspora and looking on, youth say it's time for country's leaders to make way for them.
Involving the youth is a very, very important part of the solution, because at the end of the day, we appreciate what the previous generation has done. But at some point, you have to pass on the torch to the next generation.
As the country forges ahead with plans to hold elections next year, not everybody believes the country is ready for democratic transition. Malakal Gok is a member of the SPLM-IO faction, loyal to General Simon Gatwich.
So
he says the country is not ready for elections.
From calling for election, rather let him focus on implementing the security arrangements, bring all the oppositions back to the country, and then give them a freedom of political democratization system where everybody will also contest freely.
Despite that sentiment, President Kiir's SPLM party is mobilizing its members for elections, saying the country is on the right track. Lado Artema is the Secretary General of the SPLM office in the United States.
We establish a nation And we have to have that window to dialogue among ourselves. Even if you disagree with the government, you have to have also create for yourself that space to speak out to the government and present your problems so the government can actually respond and address them. If you don't have that window of communication and you run out and defect and form a rebel movement, then there's no dialogue.
With the 2023 elections questionable due to unfulfilled peace agreement and independence they stripped off of its celebratory atmosphere due to poor economy, South Sudanese are calling on the government to ensure peace and security in the country and to provide basic services. John Tanza, VOA News, Juba, South Sudan.